in the mic now.
Oh, well, I think they're going to be blue. Like, we're not going for this shit, but we've been playing this shit for 10 years. Y'all not going to just do this.
Yeah, all right, let me go.
Y'all not going to just come in here and take our... What you mean? We got a team already.
Hey, my team going to beat your team.
Right, and I think because of that, now we got to play.
I mean, I hear you. I just think my team going to beat your team. Tyreek Hill and Rush.
And that's the thing, bro.
He's
not going to do it.
All right. He one of them niggas that is going to do it.
Man, you saw the commissioner when he was talking about that after the track ended, wrapped up. They was talking about and then flag football's coming to New York. We might look at some of the NFL guys. Well, they're not letting that shit happen either. That's gonna be right
for the Olympics.
That's gonna be right in them contracts.
That's all they can see. Oh,
that'd be good.
That's all they can
it's
see.
It's gonna be delayed a little bit.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we on the TV and shit.
That shit gonna be right in them contracts.
On the Olympics.
We know. It would take them to lose. The current December team would have to go lose, and then they'd be like, "Oh yeah, now we got it."
Oh, for sure.
Kind of like what the Dream Team did. Like, y'all did too much.
Yeah. That's how it would have to go.
But they'd never lose.
Right. Well, but
you know
they be battling though.
Now, we'll say what'd be dope is now they did the pros versus Joes, but them wasn't pros. It was retired niggas. I think if you do pros, put $5 million up. They win, they get $5 million.
I think who should put that meal up to play the niggas.
He got $1 million. I wouldn't be betting shit if
No,
I
he
was
won.
one.
He won, but he ain't got it.
No, I ain't putting shit up. Y'all gotta bet this money. We ain't got nothing to lose.
Oh, you can put it in the group now too.
What?
Like the link if you haven't already.
I did.
All right, let's get to it, man.
Hey guys.
What's up, motherfuckers? How y'all feeling?
Hey man, leave a comment. We gonna get interactive tonight, man. We gonna talk tonight, man.
Because apparently a lot of y'all feeling. How y'all feeling?
How y'all feeling the way y'all feeling.
I'm tier 2, y'all know.
You know. So
I find it funny is that it was all cool until you got
to tier 2. Tier 2 happened and it was like,
what you mean?
You're not gonna call my team bad.
Like tier 2 dropped and Boggs is like, what you mean, bro? That's not.
Can't say nothing about my team.
Can't say nothing. Like, what you mean?
I mentioned it too. Like, I ain't gonna say who I heard it from, but they definitely was mad that T1T was a tier 2 team.
Like, as if they should be tier 1.
They should be tier 3.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. The team that said that. Were they a tier? What tier were they?
2.
They're in tier 2.
So another tier 2 saying
another tier 2 said
that. So why they don't deserve to be next to me?
Wow.
So let's.
Is it a team with a questionable resume?
All right, for reference sake,
I wouldn't say so.
For reference sake,
oh man,
here's the T1 resume.
Hold on, where we go? How many we got so far? What we got? How many we got in the chat? 6 people.
That's cool. That's cool.
Decent, really.
I don't want to wait to get. Okay.
All right, that's cool. Right. Let's get to it.
Right.
For reference sake, that shit. There we go.
T1T's resume. So, 2 Final Fours, 3 first round exits, 1 Elite 8, 1 championship appearance. Regular season records, really, really good. Not a team that lose under 3 games. Never lose under 3 games. But whoever said this, you got to come reveal yourself, and you got to give your rationale unless they don't want to talk.
Unless you're not here.
You want to speak for them?
Speak for him. No, because then I feel like I'm going to be tied to the opinion. And that's just the opinion that he voiced.
But it was enough.
But it was somebody.
Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Knowing what you know with the resume, did the person who say that, is they resume better than T1T's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know who it is now. Okay.
Right.
I got it.
I'm saying they was mad about 2 teams.
That's another elitist ass opinion.
Were they mad about 2 teams that happen to be in him?
Okay. I know it ain't him.
Okay.
No, it ain't him.
Yeah, nah. They definitely wasn't fond of the T1T or the band.
Why though?
They just because they don't look at them as just like, oh yeah, they finna be a winner.
Yeah, but see
that's his gist of it. Like,
yeah, but that's
just a winner.
I feel like
but see that's subjective though. That's like I like apples and I don't like oranges.
Well, I guess his point is like some people are just beginning of the season, everybody's 0-0. Certain teams are respected and some certain more respected than others. Mm-hmm. And like that's why I believe that's his rationale to it. It's like they ain't looked at as like that. Nah, they're good. They good. They gonna win some games. Mm-hmm. Like everybody knows T1T.
That was gonna be a resident team. Gene gonna always be in the MVP conversation. He gonna have a player in the MVP conversation on his team. Both sides, if not one, maybe multiple.
Yeah, and he's just like all that well and good, and then they gonna, they
now didn't dig too deep into this, but I'm like, if you look at T1T playoff losses though, anytime they lose, they don't be getting their ass beat. Mm-hmm. Like,
they got us.
They got one. They got one. They
definitely got one.
Yeah, they got one. Curb stomp. They was yelling and shit though. I don't like people yelling at me.
They said yell out that day.
They were saying yell out that day.
That was a good day for me.
It was. It was. But nah, like
Fiber Day actually.
Yeah.
I might have put up like 2.
Yeah. But I'm looking at them and I'm like, nah, they not. You gotta come play. Like when you said they like not respected. Like you ain't just going. Yeah, like you ain't just going to your schedule and being like, oh, we about to watch T1T. That ain't what you're going to your schedule.
Right. I do not think he means it like we're gonna watch him. I just feel like he means like playoff wise, they ain't in the conversation enough to be in the conversation with some other tier other tier 2 teams.
Well, it's like they made 2 Final Fours.
2 Final Fours.
A championship and an Elite Eight. And the first round matchups, who they lose to? Cartel twice or Cartel 3 times?
Cartel 3 times.
3 times. So it's like if they get another draw, they gonna make if there's not Cartel, maybe they ain't a fucking Elite Eight.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
Like
definitely luck of the draw.
It's Cartel.
Yeah,
it's Cartel. Like you can't. I just feel like when you make a statement saying that, you saying it like they don't belong.
I feel goofy because I don't know. You said I don't know who this other team is. Like I can't think of who it is. Just looking at.
What you mean?
When you said that,
you're saying you know who it is. Like
you know who it was.
I think I know. I can't say definitively.
Yeah.
I find the last couple of days in these conversations, I find myself defending people way more than I expected to be.
Yeah, because you resident media now.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I feel like
I'm just fair.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. When you look at the criteria of our criteria of what we have, it's not. I'm not gonna say it ain't debatable, but when people are debating, you're debating with your feelings. Mm-hmm. So can we pull up the
It's coming up. The criteria.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
All right.
You just delayed.
Okay. So
it's up, actually.
When we pull up the criteria, so tier 5 we get that, tier 4 we get that, tier 3 we get that, right? When we talk about tier 2, it's a championship contender, right? So these are teams that are, if you make the turf, you are in the championship conversation, right? Did we all agree with that?
2 games out.
2 games out, right? It's within your control.
Yep, agreed.
A lot of teams, tier 3, tier 4, have never even smelt the turf. Mm-hmm. And if they do go to the Elite Eight, it's like a shock to everybody.
Yeah.
So it's not a disrespect to be in tier 2.
And I think that's what it is.
Let me go ahead. But I'm gonna address the elephant.
Yeah, like I think that's what it is.
It's an elephant in the room.
Because I think
we ain't gonna act like that.
No, we're not.
We're not gonna act like that.
Because when you talk tiers, right, I think the consensus is tier 1 and then it's everybody else.
Right.
And that's not the case in the way that we doing the tiers.
It's not.
You know what I mean? Because we're not saying that if you in tier 2, you don't belong in a conversation. Like it said right there that tier 2 teams are championship contenders, would mean that any given season, one of these 7 or 8 teams can win it. Mm-hmm. Barring what barring what can happen.
Because how many
I told
teams?
you we talked about that.
Well, yeah, we talked about
anybody could win when I disagree with.
So
you.
how many teams are in tier 2? Just off memory.
5.
The band, Legacy, Flagrant, Grammy, T1T,
T1T.
5.
You said loaded?
Loaded.
Yeah,
6.
like 6. So
that's 8 teams.
So that's the Elite 8.
That's the Elite 8.
Like that's
and if we go back every year, barring one of them teams, that's probably what the Elite 8 looks like every single year.
Mm-hmm.
Barring one of those teams who
played one of the other teams.
I wasn't even gonna say that. Barring one of those teams that hasn't consistently won, yet they're in tier 2.
What up, Haley?
And we're gonna get to that later.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Conversation we talked about earlier, where you feel me? Where it's like these outliers. I ain't gonna disrespect nobody. Based on our criteria is our criteria.
Mm-hmm.
But as we've been talking more and more conversations been sparked, it's like,
I think that's what people most mad about that one.
yeah. But it's like, but when you sit there, it's like, nah.
I don't know but I wouldn't be surprised when y'all.
Well, we're gonna finish talking about this and we'll go into it.
Yeah.
But championship contenders, right? The first tier is literally multiple championships. I don't understand what the fuck is so hard about everybody understanding our criteria is multiple championships, period. Now, we did only backdate it back to 2021. And be real, if it was, if the thing is, obviously we know the 2 teams that are left, you all don't deserve to be in this conversation, right? That ain't.
Thank you, Swag.
That ain't, for me, that ain't a thing, because if I wanted to boost the resume up of my team, I could say, 2018 we won a championship. I didn't bring that up.
And if you were to do that, it would be only 2 teams that won at least 3.
Correct. Which we all still looking at the same thing at the end of the day. But I ain't talking about that. We're talking about 2021 through now. So when you sit there and you look at it, it just is what it is. So that is the separating factor. You know, legacy. We talked about legacy. So let's go tier 2, legacy. What's your argument for legacy?
My argument for legacy is
okay. Actually, no. Do you think legacy should be in tier 1? Not even fuck the criteria.
Yeah, fuck the criteria.
Fuck the criteria. Yes.
Why?
Because even though they haven't won multiple, ain't nobody else won one.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all 3 are the only teams that won.
Mm-hmm.
So by that dynamic, y'all separate from the rest.
Mm-hmm.
I done made it. Ryan done made it. Band done made it. All us that made it, but we ain't do what it took to win it.
Yep.
So no matter what the margin of victory or whatever, they won the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even that's what I was saying to D. Sound like he be saying anything can win one, and like, nah, because people don't even make it to the ship.
No,
people don't even make it to the ship.
Don't make it to the turf.
A lot of people, but I mean, like, fine. A lot of people. So we got our same teams that really be making the same. We got the same top 10 teams every year, right? Give or take somebody make it to the turf. They bump somebody, whatever. That making it to the. A lot of people do that. People don't make it to the championship though.
No.
And
it's only a couple teams.
So to overcome that and win one makes you top tier. You're better than
the others.
You better than the others. In fairness, you know what I'm saying? Like, so granted, it ain't the criteria of multiple, which is something that separates you, which is why I'm cool with the criteria. It is something that separates. Then I think legacy should be right there.
What Phil Jackson say? You only successful act at the moment you repeat a successful act. You got to do it again. So
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like you got to do it again. So like you do it again, you do it twice? Are you
And I think what throws people. Well, I ain't gonna say what throws people for a loop, but I've heard it at least twice today that would you say that Stony is this if they don't win in the spring? And I'm like, no, because we've had those conversations.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Because we have those conversations.
But if we really sit and we think about it, it's like when you look, so it's like you look at our standard for ourselves. It's like, nah, we feel like we should have more championships in general. So the team that got more than us is like, nah, you that team, right? But also when you sitting there and we having these conversations, I ain't gonna sit and act like it's one team either, because respectfully, we beat them. The one where the fuck we went, right? And we won. And we have 2 championships post-COVID. So, no, I don't feel that way. So don't ask me about revision and shit. Or would you be? No, we talking about, we just won. And it's multiple. So what we saying?
Now I will say this about legacy though. Like when I went back and we gonna get to like when I compiled everybody's shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be
like
people need to see that.
Like when I compiled everybody's shit, because again, this is all again.
He's like, you know what I'm saying? This hurt.
It's definitely painful. What he said.
Painful is what.
But it's all. But it's not.
We only won 35.
No punctuation.
But I
no punctuation.
I do feel like when you talk about tears, and I don't think I said it enough. Like when we did the original shows, you said it in the beginning. Vino has agreed. Several people that I talked to about with these separators are important, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I worked backwards, right? All right, championships. All right, cool. Multiple championships. All right, cool. So let's separate the teams that all have a championship. Which, if we wanted to be dicks about it, there's only 3. You see it? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, cool. Like now, everything else, right? Win-loss record, which we said wasn't going to be a part of the criteria, but I thought was important because with the final two tiers, you are splitting. You're splitting hairs.
With the conversation
that you had, with the conversation, splitting hairs. Because again, we're not saying that teams in tier 2 aren't championship contenders and can't possibly win. But now you have to find the shit that create these separators. Like what make the separators, right? So now you got the total win losses since pre-COVID. Well, since post-COVID. Now you got to do what? Similar competition, the same competition, common opponents, right? Within that time frame. Like, so when you break that down, you put those numbers there, it's like.
And when you see them, they're going to be glaring.
And I ain't going to post them yet.
Right now. We still in our shit. But
you know how I mean?
It's going, like, when you see it, you're going to be like, shit.
So.
And I think that humble maybe not be the word, but it's going to be like, when you talk about levels, it's like, it's levels. And this is what it looked like. And when you see it, it's like, it just looked different. It looked crazy.
It's quite humbling.
It looked crazy.
So
legacy.
I do want to say this. So when I went back and also did those numbers, you know what I'm saying? I looked and I'm like, I'm like, damn. Like if I'm legacy, I'm tight.
Straight up.
Like if I'm legacy, I'm tight. Because I look at the resume, I'm like, no, G, like that's wild. You can't really say that this team
numbers aside, like it's just the thought of them.
Yes,
like that matters. Like the thought of legacy.
Yes.
Like, all right, I got legacy on my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Like shit, you gotta play that day.
Yeah.
You gotta play that day. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, they've been more impressive recently than before. Because they dragging 7, 8, 9 people out there, bitch.
Yeah, not real.
You know, going both ways, and they just figuring out how to win. That last week win was crazy. Mm-hmm. They ain't supposed to beat nobody ass.
They smoke session too.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know why folks are on. I don't know if that smile coming over here in the first place.
You know how
y'all niggas work
with the camera, with the camera, bro. You know how I feel when the camera be like this. I feel like I'm in the office. So somebody say something, I'll be like,
"That's crazy."
Somebody send me a screenshot of me catching me hitting one of them like a.
You media, bro. Now you gotta be.
I am
middle.
Yeah, so
this is middle as I can get. I ain't said nothing about nothing.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't gotta say it.
So I'm like, I mean, that's where I'm at with that. And you know, the crazy thing is, I don't know about y'all, but I know that I've literally been having a conversation about tier 2 since it dropped.
Yeah, why y'all hit me up? Call me. I ain't gonna
Talk to Huey.
He'll
Huey
talk to me.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't might gonna respond back till later, but call me.
I'm like, damn.
Talking to D-Son. I got my boy over here. My boy done called me 10 times today.
I'm like, damn, G, like, what's going on?
I've
Like,
definitely been on the phone.
I talked
You
to
know, but on the
Ben
phone-
3 different times.
Y'all want to talk to me?
What do you think? What's this?
Shit,
What's this?
man.
What do you think about this?
This shit, man. It's
Bro,
bullshit.
But
man.
again, though, I do want to say this too, though. Like, because misconception. People would think that, you know, and Dula said it, yes, I had the template for the criteria. We all sat down, me, you, and Tuck, and we talked about it. He's like, all right, cool. But then even before that, well, not before it, I'm sorry, like after that, you know, like I canvassed it with several people. Vino was one. You know what I mean? I mean, he saw it after he saw the tiers, like, and we had the discussion.
Yeah.
But
Don't see.
your food got canceled or something?
Nah, bro. People just be saying dumb shit.
But I mean, like,
I ain't gonna lie. I hope it's somebody from Lexington.
but I talked to several people though.
Bro,
I thought you were about to say something like something was wrong with what's the name? Tears. All right, see,
bro, I was, bro,
That's tears of people.
bro.
You know,
Start the tears of people.
I mean, that's going. All right, but
Folks will definitely. That's what y'all trying to start a war.
but
It's
yeah,
okay. Because that's two people who done
On the
took
same-
on the
Alright.
same day,
Oh,
they done
shit.
took their turn saying what they gonna say. Matter of fact, I'm about to print this shit out right now.
Y'all, wow, bro.
print the other one too.
I'm printing them all. Don't worry.
Print the other one too.
Y'all see what Stoney be
I
on?
love having a printer.
Y'all see what Stoney be on, man?
Like
Like
said, he loved having a printer. All right, so
I love having an air printer. I can just print out screenshots and text messages of people talking crazy.
So I think
that's unnecessary.
it's not.
So I think before we segue
what I need to get
away
going.
from these tiers, maybe we post a.
We keep going. Is it another team? Is
Oh,
it?
it's another thing that we should discuss.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, okay.
Let's go. Let's get it.
You know, we got the band.
Is that the one?
That's the one.
That's the one.
Okay.
People are not that happy.
People are not happy
People are not happy about the
about the
band
band being in tier 2.
Disagree. I've not came across anybody that agrees.
But-
Things like hell no. Quick as hell.
Yeah. So when talking about the band,
I got people that emphatically have told me fuck out of here too.
five
Like,
first
fuck out of here.
5 first round exits.
So,
Five first round exits, one
Different
championship
opponents.
appearance, different opponents, like you said.
Well, us twice, 420.
Y'all twice. I didn't know that.
They've also 3 times in the playoffs
Well,
since
sorry,
they've been in the league.
us 3 times, 420 once.
T1T maybe.
I don't know. I remember. I just remember the photo.
I can't think right now, but
Did y'all beat them in the first round?
Nah, I don't think so.
So 21 was us. 22. I ain't maybe you'll look. It's
Spring
okay.
22 they didn't play.
Summer 22. I'm gonna find it. Don't worry. We keep going.
But yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, just thoughts on the band. Yep, get thoughts.
It's hard to overlook 5 first round losses, and like it is. With all their recent success,
Mm-hmm.
like it's just recent success, and this thing is over. All this has been about over the time of since COVID, and everybody got their glory over the time since COVID, and most of the time since COVID, the band has been bad. Not bad,
I know what you
Bad in the playoffs.
bad in the playoffs.
T1T lost to T1T. What's
so
up?
that's so
They
T1T
did
is
lose
another.
to
Okay.
T1T.
All right.
Summer 22.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, and so
So summer 22, spring of 23 was 420.
Yeah.
And then summer of 23 was
No, I think summer 23 was 420.
spring 23. Summer 23 was 420.
Mm-hmm.
So a tier 3 team. I don't know. I mean,
okay.
I'll say this.
Take away this last season. Where would the band be?
3.
If they lost on the turf, they would be a 3.
Say it again.
If they lost on the turf, and
Instead of judging by the criteria,
they'd be a 3
because they don't have at least one. They don't have at least a championship appearance.
Yeah, because
so the best they could be is a 3.
The best they
can be is 3 without the championship appearance.
And if they lose, if they had their 6th first round out, then they would still be 3.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you was to put them, and I think this is one of the things where I was thinking about too. Again, like separators.
Yeah.
They would be the only team in tier 3 with a championship appearance, and I don't think that fits.
Well, no, it could fit if we're saying, oh, this is an outlier. Made it to the championship one time.
I mean,
your resume says
okay,
first round exit.
That's an argument for legacy.
Sure,
it is
to be in one.
Why?
Because they get to go up a tier by their outlier.
What's the outlier?
Well, Legacy's been in the championship more than once.
Yeah.
So even they won't win, they still been in contention for the championship, like at the championship game more than once. So like that could bump them to.
They win though.
Well, the band ain't win.
The separator, but I think the separator is winning. I think the separator in tier 1 is winning.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I see. Yeah, right. I get that.
But I get it though. I understand that. I'm not going.
Because who else got? Yeah, because like nobody else in 2 has 2 appearances in this 4 years.
Legacy
right.
has 2. Loda has 1.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
else got 1.
Everybody got 1.
Everybody else got 1. So I'm saying.
Yeah. So I mean, so that's
shit.
That's the difference.
Right. I mean, with the rules being the rules, so the band is the worst tier 2 team.
But they would be the worst 2 tier team.
Based on the resume?
Based on the resume, they gotta be.
Yeah, Loaded has been better than them.
Yeah.
In
the playoffs?
Yeah. They've been better.
Because nobody in tier 2 has 5 first round exits. I think Loaded has 4 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Loaded has
4.
Loaded has 4 first round exits.
Yep.
2 Elite 8 to the championship.
The band lost to the squad in spring of 23.
Yes.
Lost to the squad spring of 23.
Is that when they went to the Final Four?
Yes.
They were rolling.
Yeah,
it's rolling.
I think that's what's coming again.
So you got loaded at first 3 seasons, three straight first round exits, 2 Elite 8s right after that, then a championship appearance, then spring of 24, which was last season, first round.
Yeah. So progressively
that's a better resume than the bands.
Yeah. They made it to the turf 3 times. Versus 1. I mean, simple math.
Yeah.
Simple math.
Yeah, man. Nevertheless,
there's a thing with the band though where it's like, I think how they feel. Not speaking for them, I haven't spoken to anybody on the team where it's like, well, this is what we're doing lately, and we ain't talking about lately. We're talking about over time, like over time, what that looks like.
But I think you can also say when it comes to like lately, all right, well, one season can't just be lately.
No.
Fair. I mean, but I guess so. You're just supposed to wait on your
right.
Okay.
But why are people mad? People you talk to. Is it simply because
all the people? They don't like being next to them.
To the band.
So interesting.
They don't like being next.
The like not being next to somebody is so interesting.
Like, look. So this is my thing. It's a real thing too. It's a real thing in the whole league, and it's on throughout every tier. People like looking down. People love looking down.
Clearly.
People love it. People act like this shit don't matter. Like what we was talking about, just recreational and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Like people like being able to look down. And they accept the fact who they gotta look up at, but motherfuckers love looking down. Mm-hmm. And the more people you can look down at, it's like, I don't want to look side. I gotta look side to side. All right, I gotta look at them. All right, well, he did. They did. They are good. Like, okay. Y'all ain't even good. But y'all right next to me.
Yeah, that's
They don't like it.
Yeah, that's weird, man. That's weird. That's weird.
To
'Cause
understand don't mean you have to condone it.
Nah, facts. Facts. I mean, I get it. No, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, we still fucking compete at the end of the day. Like, you know, if you're gonna sit there and be like, if it's a team that want to look down on somebody, it's like, okay, cool, it's a team with 6 championships. But even still, okay, look down at me. What the fuck are you talking about? It's conversations. We don't compete. We playing. So, you know, look down is just your resume is your resume. What you mad about your resume for? It's what you put out.
True.
Like, it's what you put out in the open.
And I think that's part of like, this is what I did all this.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just did what they did,
Mm-hmm.
but they get to be next to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like when you get to, and I think doing it this way, right? And again, we're not saying that this is the definitive criteria, but
It's our definitive criteria.
it's our criteria, right?
So fuck what y'all talking about. It's our criteria. If you don't like it, make your own fucking criteria, make your own fucking show, and you argue that shit.
Yeah, I had no idea to lose.
I did. But it's also like, you know, with
Psychopath.
it's psychopath. So diabolical.
Psychopath.
Yeah, I just it's
data.
Do-rag do, man.
Exactly. I should have put my do-rag on today.
Like data, though. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of data.
But before we go, we gotta talk one more thing. One more thing. Grammy. Now, Grammy.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, if I hadn't looked at their resume in its totality,
Post-COVID or totality,
like
A2.
well, I'm sorry, not its totality. I'll take that back. Post-COVID,
Right.
Grammy. Until I looked at it, I'm like, damn, G, like Grammy kind of was like not the missing team for me, but it's like I don't think I was familiar with what they were doing. So when I seen it, I'm like, initially, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, so I'm like, hey, tier 3. And it was like, nah, nigga. And I'm like, nah, I'm tweaking. I'm tripping. Right? So 3 Final Fours, 2 Elite Eights, missed the playoffs 1 year. So yeah, they're in the conversation. They're in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The missed playoffs is an outlier. I'm gonna say that's an outlier. 3 and 5. The roster was good, I think. The roster's always good.
I don't think so. I don't think that year they were. I think they were super down that year. That's the first season. I think that's the first season Tamika left, and like it was a lot of moving around, and people wasn't being
I gotta
there.
see that roster now.
Yeah, I don't think that
They
roster.
had Toya, they had Tro, they had Ken, they had everybody they had now.
Ken was on the summer team where they made the Final Four.
No, Ken was on that team.
No, he
Oh,
wasn't.
you
He
fucking
played with
right.
us.
You're right.
Yeah, I think this
Now
roster
you gotta
was
look
down.
at that. Now you gotta look at that.
I gotta look at the roster. Because one thing that Grammy always does is Grammy has great rosters year to year.
And that's what I'm saying.
They find a way to get them motherfuckers on their team. They buy into the Grammy system. You know, shit, Grammy was playing shit in CBL. I don't know if they played ITZ. I know they for sure played in CBL, so it's a team that's been around. They probably, outside of Evil, are like the most tenured team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a great resume.
For sure.
It's a great resume.
But it's the weird shit is that fucking tie. When the fuck did we tie? Why was it a tie?
Tied with them.
Why?
I asked them. When the fuck did we tie? I swear I don't remember.
I've never seen a tie A2.
They tied
That must have been a typo on the website.
It might have been.
I really don't know. I don't remember it.
But I went to go look. It's them.
Bro, this team, nah, G. I knew I wasn't fucking
Because we trying to show, because we want y'all to see the resume, darling. That's why.
What you say?
She said the screen is way too big. We can't see y'all talking. I said because I want to make sure y'all see the resume.
So this is the roster. This is not a fucking weak roster.
Yeah.
By the way, this is a good fucking roster.
Oh, maybe that. Well, now you can't see Vino. No.
So Drake, Frazier,
I got you, darling.
Billy, Yusuf, Brandon, Tamika, Carlton, Zoe, Jade Austin, who was a fucking dog.
Yes.
Pierre.
I'll rest my case. I don't know why.
I don't know. Terrence, Kim, Alex Fuller, Jesse Camper, Danny Gunn, Rob Foltz, KC, Brianna Clark was raw as fuck. I don't know if y'all remember her.
Yeah, I remember.
She was fucking cold.
Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah.
I'm not done.
I got you.
Kristen Campbell was on their fucking team.
Yeah, she was.
She's one of the best football players I've seen in my life.
Ever win 3 games.
She's the best football. I seen her play.
Hey, yo, it's something weird to it though. It's something to it that wasn't.
And Ty was on the team.
But you just know that like something was out of place
For sure. But I'm like, how?
It could have been chemistry. Was Tamika one on that team? Right?
Yes, she was.
She was. That's what I'm saying. It's not. It couldn't have been. No, it couldn't have. It was something weird.
They lost to Hard to Guard. They lost to the band that year.
Come on,
420, T1T. There's some close games. Anyway, I digress. That was a good fucking roster. I don't know
Great
what was
roster.
going on with that.
Yeah.
But they always had great rosters. If Grammy was a team where it was like they have a, I don't know if they have a case they ain't been to a championship game because the criteria is a criteria. But based on I'm consistently in the Elite Eight and Final Fours, I'm a championship contender.
Yeah.
But the separator is the rings. Once again, that's the criteria. So Grammy's last championship was the first season of A2. And they made another. They got the first one. Beat us. Fuck y'all, man. I was up top. I was blue. They made it to another championship game. They played Cartel. Lost to Cartel 2019. That's when B was on the team. That was a good team too.
Yeah.
Grammy always got some fucking fire rosters. How would you feel if you was Grammy?
I would feel like I'm in place. I wouldn't really feel too much. Like I don't feel. I feel like me and Grammy equal. I don't really. I don't feel the way about being in 2. So I don't think. I wouldn't feel any way with being Grammy.
But you also don't feel away because you understand the criteria. If you was
I'm not a person that plays with should that much. I deal with
reality.
and
when you deal with facts, you should.
Yeah, everything has facts somewhere built in, so I don't really care about what should be. All right, cool. If I don't like it, do something about it.
That shit, it's watermelon. That shit's watermelon.
Watermelon is ass.
Oh my god!
Come on,
just throwing it out.
well, watermelon is one of the best fucking fruit.
It's serial killers.
Oh, whatever.
His ass tweaking.
Grammy,
what you think?
Grammy?
Yeah.
It's a fire resume. But I mean, like, it don't. Like, man, I'm finna stop prefacing myself because the conversations I had today, I'm really like, bro, what the fuck up?
He blew. Y'all can't tell, but he blew.
Like,
he mad.
But
that text message I got from you at like 9:30 was like crazy.
9:30 text messages is crazy.
I knew he was up though.
Crazy.
I was tweaking, bro.
But
I've been arguing for an hour.
Damn.
The accent come out real strong when he started talking shit.
What
you talking about?
But I mean,
sounds like me and Marlo from fucking The Wire. When his ass started getting mad and shit.
I never saw The Wire.
I watched it the first time a year ago.
You need HBO Max? I got you.
Hey, just sit. You ain't gonna stop watching it.
But the criteria, they fire resume, but I mean, shit. They don't have a championship, at least in this.
They don't have an appearance either,
or appearance neither in this, and that's another thing. But
wait a minute, what?
Thank you. Have a championship.
Thank you though. Now,
wait, what?
They'll have a championship appearance.
Who though?
Grammy.
Since
21.
Wait, what?
21.
They don't.
That's what we just said.
I don't know how I missed that.
4 Final Fours, 2 Elite Eights. Missed the playoffs once. Didn't play one season.
Oh yeah, no, we ain't equal then.
See, he one of them niggas that looking down on people.
I look down on people. I didn't say I didn't. I just understand that people do that. I do too.
We know as a football elitist.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
good.
That's what I'm up with, Grant.
I'm good. I built a good team. We deserve to look down one.
Last but not least, Flagrant.
They're really perfect.
Okay.
I had some people giving me shit about y'all today too.
Yeah.
Why?
They feel like the regular season records not up to par. But again,
I've had these arguments.
my argument is
Does it fucking matter?
That's not the criteria.
But it doesn't matter.
It's not more hard
never
than it
has.
is.
It doesn't matter.
It never has mattered to us one time. I ain't try. I don't go for the. I don't know if y'all. Gretchen's the first MVP ever on my team, ever. I ain't never been a thing.
That's fact.
It ain't never been a thing.
That's
all that like those accolades ain't never been a thing. To win the division, like you don't get nothing for it.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you could just end up with a tougher situation.
You could.
I don't care
You
to be
Don't let shit shake
you
out.
don't have to be
shake out.
1 through 4. Like it ain't just that great. You don't get a bad week or nothing.
But you know what's crazy about that? Somebody was telling me. Like, I was having a conversation with somebody else. Like,
It used to be a time
it was Gene.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking. So I was talking to Gene a couple years ago,
Crazy because that's
and
what
he
I
was
argue.
like, "Seeding matters." I'm like, "It doesn't fucking matter."
No.
Like I don't like it doesn't matter because I'm like this. You a 12 seed, 11 seed, depending on what happened on the other side. It's like, oh no, this might be more favorable than
For sure.
whatever. Like last season, for example.
Loaded.
Yes, Loaded had a better record than Hitman. Somehow, some way.
I'm still.
Somehow, some way.
I still don't know how that happened.
Loaded and Hitman are switched. I ain't, you feel me? Now, Hitman play mob ties. I ain't. Based on my calculations, Loaded was supposed to be playing mob ties. Hitman was supposed to be playing FS1.
That's the wrong bracket,
It's the
dog.
wrong bracket.
It's the wrong bracket.
Now, if
dog.
I fuck something up,
No.
my calculations, but I'm like, this don't make sense. So it's like,
because Loaded also had a better record than me.
yeah,
It shouldn't
It
have
was
even
62.
been that way.
and it was 5-3. I'm like, how did this happen? And you know, it was like shit. I got a favorable matchup, and I'm on the other side of the bracket. So I'm straight.
That bracket fall that's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't even. But I mean, I guess winning games matter. Winning games matter, I guess. So sure, but
I mean, does it matter if I go?
Don't nobody in my chat.
Does
Does
it
it
matter
matter
if
if
I
I
go
go
4-3-1
4-3-1 and
and
make
I
it
go
to the Final
Final Four?
Four, and you go to 7-1?
Who's gonna
and you make
remember
it to
if
the
I
Elite Eight?
go 4-4 and I fucking win the championship?
These motherfuckers have been win 6-7 games and lose first round.
For sure.
That's
Yeah.
happened a lot.
We were one.
No, but like
He's one of them.
I'm talking about it that they like they do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah,
They win and then
go lose.
and then go lose.
Yeah,
When in fact it's always been the exact opposite with my team. It's like, all right, well, it's time. Motherfuckers like flagrant from the hoop now. And because we usually play better in the play. I used to have this argument actually leading into last year after Zay bust down all his stats. Like people was talking about it was a lot of player shit, but like that turned into an argument about who team is better between me and T1T. I was like, well, we're a better team than you. How? We always go. We ain't never lost. Listen, y'all didn't even make the playoffs. And then y'all got, at that point, I think they had like 11 playoff wins ever. Like, no, they had like 7 or 8. It wasn't even that many. And I'm like, well, we got double-digit playoff wins. Like, we win in the playoffs. But y'all ain't won shit.
and they've been around. And they've been around longer.
For sure. But we got more playoff wins in. We're a better team than y'all. We're looked at as a better team. Like, and he wanted to argue. It's all that. He wanted to argue regular season shit. And it's like, well, cool. 5-3. Your team 6-2 for multiple seasons. We can do that. And then y'all got all these first round. We lose to Cartel. I don't care who you lost to.
Yeah, because it don't fucking matter.
At that point, we had just beat Cartel too. I'm like, I don't care about that.
Because if I beat Cartel,
Right.
so if I beat Cartel in the regular season and then I don't beat them in the playoffs or I don't make the fucking championship, they make the championship, fucking cares. It's like, oh man, so and so better than you, but they just fucking won the championship. You could beat me and I can make it farther. It doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day.
I swear.
That's stupid shit. Like that's like participation trophy shit.
Absolutely. Being a top 4 seed do not matter.
Nah.
Kudos
Nah.
to winning your division.
I'm gonna say I do like going 8-0. I like going 7-1.
Nobody likes losing.
For sure.
But I'm saying, like, if you I dropped this game. Oh, I don't care that we just lost to the band.
I agree.
Week 1. I could care less.
Yeah, so
About 20 seconds delayed right there.
it's all right. It'd be like that.
Yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly what Haley's talking about. Like, that's
Sometimes when you play a harder season, you get more battle tested.
That's
The
true.
playoffs.
100%.
So
That's
records
true.
don't always represent how good or bad a team is.
And I mean,
There's people actually trying to play hard schedules, and other teams are ducking hard
I
schedules.
literally was about to say that shit.
And
I
you look no
literally-
further than crossovers.
I literally was about to say that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you get teams where I literally have heard teams be like,
every captain's meeting.
I got 5 hard games. I need an easy one here and there. And I'm like, I'm going to be honest. No disrespect. I don't want to play a tier 5 team.
Ever.
I don't.
Nope.
And I'm not saying this because I feel like they should be separated, because I do feel like those teams that play against better teams, it's something for them to gauge themselves. But going into the game, it's like, we know we're going to kick your ass. We understand that. You know.
And you know it.
Right? Now, they're going to come out and play. They may rally their team. They may learn something. They may experience something, whatever. But if I can play in full clip like last season, shit, I would do that every year.
That shit was
Every year I would do that shit, because now, like she said, it ain't no separation every week been a playoff week. Every team been one of them teams going to end up in that 16 to 8 teams that make the playoffs.
You learn how to fight, man.
You learn how to fight, you learn how to adjust, you learn different styles, all that shit. But it's also a thing for you. It's not a, when you go 8-0 or 7-0 or 6-2, and 4 of them teams you beat are bad teams, they give you a false confidence.
For sure. So it's even worse when it's 6.
That's what I'm saying. So you get 2 good games and you lose them, and it's like, well, we 6-2. But when you go in and you 7-1 and you 6-2 or you 8-0 against all steppers, it's like, oh shit. You going that motherfucker feeling like you Superman. Like, it's just a different feeling.
Being battle tested matters more than that overall.
It's the most important thing. Especially if you understand the makeup of your team too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a team, we get bored. You feel me? So it's like, what? Why you just look like that?
I don't know, it triggered.
Damn, bro. But nah, it's like, but you know how that shit go? Like, you play bad teams, you get bored. So like, bad habits. Start seeing bad habits. Like, that shit fucking bothers me, because you don't understand that's gonna catch back up to you late. Oh, we ain't gotta do it this way, we ain't gotta do it that way. Nah, we gotta do it this way every fucking time. And it's like, you gotta find a way to challenge yourself when that shit get hard, or when that shit gets boring too. It's like, all right, we gonna focus on this for the day. We focus on that for the day. I always talk to my high school team about setting your intentions. You got to set your intentions. When you playing a good team, like, your intentions is to win. But when you playing a team where you know you you are the bigger matchup with the point spread, whatever, it's like, what am I focusing on in this moment to make sure that I do what I got to do to keep good habits? And I don't think people think about that shit. You just go into the game like, oh, we're gonna score 50 today, and I'm like, if I win this game, if I win this game 56-0, or I win this game 30-6, or whatever it is, I ain't gonna give away too much shit. But it's like, the problem with a lot of you fucking teams is y'all don't know, when you get up and you don't know how to win the fucking game. So when you're playing the game, you don't even understand clock management in the fucking game.
Yeah,
so you like, I'm gonna just keep trying to score the ball. Cool.
It's just about winning.
Cool.
It's not how they win.
It's not how you win. Yeah. So it's like, but that's a habit you got to practice.
For sure.
People don't know how to play from behind. People don't know how to play from ahead. How you separate yourself. So when you also talk about the tiers and shit like that, it's like, this is the shit we talking about. Motherfucker wouldn't even think about some shit like that. Like, damn, nah, we just want to score however many fucking points. All right, that's what you value, but it ain't really shit.
It's all about how.
Yes.
It's all about how you
Yes. The how is important. That shit wild, boy. I'll laugh.
But it's like, too, with that is
gotta feel good love.
I mean, shit. At the end of the day, it's one of those things where I just don't understand how, I understand that numbers can lie sometimes, or they can be misleading.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like, what's the result? What's the result?
At the end of the day, the result is what matters most, right?
Is what. Now, but I do agree with like, I'm a big fan. I know you said big shoulda person. Mm-hmm. I'm a big intangible person, which is why, when I got shit about, having you guys, like having an argument for you guys in tier 1, I thought about the intangibles in those seasons. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like 3 different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You playing quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like 3 different quarterbacks going to the Elite Eight. Like that say a lot to me, especially when we've seen teams not have their quarterback just fall off like bad dope. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
the criteria, but perspective can be everything too.
I do. I mean, personal bias aside, I do think that makes a team better if key pieces change and the results kind of end up around the same. Like you're just still good. I'm saying that, and it would on any other team too. If Mac Jones stepped right into the Patriots and they looked like Tom Brady's Patriots, they'd be like, "Well, shit, Belichick really is Belichick." But since it didn't, you know, it's like that's a thing. But you gotta. The results do matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we ain't won it. For whatever reason, because people, you know, you got to play who's in front of you. That's the other side of that. With it, I guess you can kind of help, but like people, I went 7-0 or whatever the record, you know, and I faced who I faced, and we beat them, and that's that.
Something I heard y'all say was intangibles, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are the major intangibles that do you think that separate? Just we ain't got in tier 1. But separate tier 2, tier 3 teams.
Tier 2, tier 3
The
teams.
first thing I think
You said tier 2 and tier 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback. I think that's first.
Okay.
Say more. Second.
Say more about quarterback.
Quarterback.
Just being good.
Okay. Overall being good. Understanding of the game. Just understanding and can play it through. Can finish a game. Most of the tier 2 quarterbacks are all experienced guys who can finish a game.
Who's the best quarterback in tier 3? Who?
Tier 3.
Who's tier 3 again?
FS1, 420, Hitman, Reckless.
I think it's a coin flip between Grady and Wu. I think it just depends on what you want.
I think I will go with if I had to pick, because it is the coin between them.
If you have to draft a team,
yep,
and you don't know who's gonna be on your team,
yep,
who you want?
Wu.
Why? Creativity.
I feel like Wu. I do feel like Wu got some shit in him.
I do too, and I feel like he's just in a position for it to be brought out.
Yeah.
Why?
He ain't around football minds like that.
Well, you drafted him.
You
expect him to be the man, right?
I'm gonna put him around.
I'm a mind though, so I don't.
I'm saying, but you're saying you just putting him on the team. He the first person you start the team.
Well, if I had to, we put this between 2 people.
Yeah,
I know.
You put it between 2 people.
Yeah.
I mean, but when you think about Grady played quarterback, right? He understands scheme. He understands those different things. Not saying Wu don't. So I'm not sure what they process. I don't know what their process is at 420. But y'all think he can come in and be like, okay, these are my plays. I'm gonna run them. We're gonna do it like this. I can tell y'all we're gonna like y'all.
I'm not sure about that.
You're not sure about either one of them?
No, but my thought in that is I've seen more. Wu ain't never had what Grady's had. And they've been.
I disagree. His team last year was, Sarah, he had JoJo, Tamika, TB, Juice, Chuck, Cap, however you work that out.
I think it was that year before he came over to the Stony Brook. Like that was one of the best assembled offenses that was played flag football.
Who?
That Landon Cox team. That that
was some shit.
Yeah,
that was some shit. That was some shit.
Because I'm pretty believe. I think at one point he actually had him, Malik, Angel, Kim,
Desroy,
Brittany, Desroy, like
Stephanie.
He's had some shit.
Hands too, didn't he?
Hands,
bro. He's had some shit
Brian.
that nobody's had.
Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That team, like he's had some shit that nobody like.
Malik and Angel didn't play on that team.
That was indoor then. Okay.
It was indoor. It was a tournament.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even still,
That
like,
tournament team they had was wrong too.
like
It was the same team, but they won one of them. They won one of them.
yeah.
They won one of them.
But it's like, man, like I wish it was win.
Okay. So you say quarterbacks. What else? You said you was about to say something else. We went off into
Defensive leader is
Okay.
second. Leader.
Yep.
Like,
The difference between tier 3 and tier 2. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Tier 2 teams, generally speaking, have somebody that's like, we're doing this, and everybody's like, okay. That matters. I think that's the second thing. You need a quarterback on that side, like you need a quarterback on offense. And I think that's overlooked throughout the league. Like, a lot of people don't have that, and they wonder why shit don't work, because you literally got every man on your team who don't actually think about football at all, trying to, and we should run this, and we should run this, and they're arguing about what they should run. Or we should gonna just run what everybody else run, but without any type of understanding of why they run things. You need somebody who understands the game and they can finish a game over there because they're intelligent. You need a leader.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Dave, what you think?
Leadership. When I think about the tier 3 teams and tier 2 teams, I think every team in tier 2 listed has some form of leadership, like on their teams. I look at the tier 3 teams. I think maybe outside of, we got Reckless in tier 3.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe outside of Reckless, the rest of those teams don't really have like clear-cut leadership, at least to me. Maybe you can probably argue what Ari Shilton maybe for
yeah. Slim ain't the leader.
Huh?
Slim not the leader.
Sure.
I've had a conversation with Slim. I think his voice has gotten old there.
Well, but we talking about.
But is he competent? You can
teams make it.
It'd be a lot. It's a lot. First of all, okay, I'm sure there's a leader on Terror Squad. I'm sure there's a leader.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Rashad, you seem like a leader.
Yeah, and Jeremy too.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be leaders.
Yeah.
But
Infantry, FS1. Infantry got a leader. VT, Frida.
Yeah.
Leaders.
Oh, infantry's tier 3 too.
Yeah.
Infantry's tier 3 too. Sorry about that, infantry.
But are they not like that? They fringe though.
Who?
Fringe tier 3?
Infantry. I'm thinking I was thinking of old infantry too. I wasn't thinking of this current infantry.
FS1 got.
What are they missing too?
We're missing some talent.
Do FS1 got a leader?
Red.
Okay.
Right.
And they missing that other one.
Okay.
Right.
You can have one.
You say you need 2. You need one on both sides of the ball.
Football is football. You're not gonna change how this. Like people get that fucked up all the time. Like it's flag and it's different. And it's that. It's not. This shit is football, and I truly believe that. It's just you can kind of dumb it down, and people can play both ways, and you can. Somebody got to control shit though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody has to. Whether if one mind can do it, fine. But like most times you can't. I can't. I sit here and say I can't. I don't think I can. I don't think I could run a defense. I can't run a defense like TB run a defense because TB is running like he coordinates HF like so he think defense all day long. You know what I'm saying? He has a defensive mind. Mm-hmm. You know, I have an offensive mind, so I'll be on the offensive side of the ball, and I'm cool with that. Go run, go do that shit. I think that's how it got to be.
Yeah.
And those teams we naming, they lack one of the two. Red is a leader. I believe that. Mm-hmm. I believe they follow him. I believe they listen to him.
When he play,
but they got an issue on us. Well, and he not playing. He on the sideline with his he talking to them. They're following him. They listen to we running 3, we running 2, whatever. Yeah, but that other side is the problem. Yeah, because you got 2 quarterbacks, you ain't got 1.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a conversation.
420 is the exact opposite.
Graphic.
So this graphic that we about to post, right? This is a culmination. This is a culmination of all 8 teams that are in between tier 2 and tier 1. So we talk about separators, right?
Hopefully you get your panties out your bunch after this.
Yeah. So
See
we talk.
who you are.
Yeah. So we talk about separators, right? And I felt like this was important because again, we split hairs between tier 2 and 2-1, but you gotta have separators. So we got the wins and losses since spring 21,
Regular season.
regular season, and then we have the 2 teams that we have in tier 1 record versus the teams that's in tier 2 and vice versa, right? And it's going to be coming up in a minute. But with that being said, y'all probably can see it now. But it's here on the screen. So you got Cartel. So it's been 56 games. It's been 56 games played since spring 21, regular season games. You got Cartel, who's 48-8. You're 7-2 versus the teams that's in tier 2. So crazy. You got Stony, 49-7. They're 6-0 versus the teams in tier 2. You got Legacy, who is fringe tier 1. That was argued. They're 44-12. They're 1-3 versus teams in tier 1 in the playoff. And these are in the playoffs, not just, regular season. T1T 45-11, 0-4 versus teams in tier 1. Loaded 44-12, 0-2 versus teams in tier 1. Grammy's 35-12 with the one top. They haven't played a team in tier 1 in the playoffs. So I think that's something that you can actually mark off and be like, okay, because we don't know, right? You got Ben 35-13. They also missed the season. They're 0-2 versus teams in tier 1. Then you got Flagrant.
0-3.
Yeah, I fucked up. They 0-3 versus teams in tier 1 in the playoffs. Flagrant 31-23-1. That ties against Grammy. And they're 1-4 versus tier 1 teams in the playoffs. So looking at this data, asking y'all, what is something that pops out or a conclusion that you can draw from this data? And asking people that's watching, because there's a couple of y'all in here. Knowing now, these are the 8 teams are between tier 1 and tier 2. You know the 2 teams that's going to be your tier 1 based off if you've been following along, right? So are the tiers correct also? To those that's watching.
I think this clearly shows the separator.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the win-loss record. You look at the win-loss record from 2 teams to everybody else is just different. You look at just the wins that the tier 1 teams have had against the ones in tier 2, and then you have from all the teams in tier 2, there's a total of 2 wins. 2 wins out of 3, 7, 9, 11, 15. So 2-15 versus the tier 2 teams in the playoffs. So when we sit there and we're sitting here like, you shouldn't stand next to me, I should be over you. I think this becomes glaring that there are levels to the shit. Because I would love to see like tier 3 to tier 2, maybe even more drastic.
Yeah.
Like maybe even more drastic, right?
Yeah.
You go tier 4 to tier 5, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nah, I think this is a beautiful depiction, and the thing that we heard today was let's dig deeper. And you could talk about who you lost to, who you whatever, but it's like, nah. Because I'll say this. Something that shocked me was like Loaded. So out of our 7 losses that we have, Loaded has beat us 3 times out of those 7 times. Right? So a lot of Loaded's mystique was like they beat Stony, which is real shit. They was beating us. You know what I'm saying? Personally, they was beating us. But it's like, you look through that shit and it's like, okay, 3 of them teams beat us, but it's also a team that's regular season. How do you show up when it matters the most? How do you show up when the playoffs start and it's like, okay, I got to get this win? And you talk about separators, and we'll talk about it in tomorrow's show. Well, not tomorrow live, but we'll talk about it. We'll see us talk about the different intangibles when you see different teams. And it's like, this is what the makeup looks like. So that's what stuck out to me the most.
It was definitely clear cut for me. Like I said, I only ever had one issue anyway. But yeah, numbers. This is where numbers don't really lie because it's like this happened.
This happened.
It's a lot of why this happened in there that if you care for it, you could dig into of how well this person went there and it was this weather and what shit.
At the end of the day, that shit don't matter.
It does. Yeah, I mean, you can care for it to matter, but like it don't matter because we don't remember now. Like, it's just like shit. These are the winners. These are the losers.
Yeah, and even when you think about like when you dig into the numbers deeper, it's like I can tell you who the fuck I lost to because I remember who the fuck I lost to. But you could, if you ask motherfuckers to be like, "Oh, who you lose to?" Unless you lose to the same team over and over again, that shit don't even cross your mind.
For sure.
You know. But I also think that that's a separator with the tiers of teams too, because it's like,
and when you lose, it less.
Yeah, so it's like, well, it's easy to remember, but it's also like, what the fuck is the difference between me and them? And why the fuck can't I win? That is so fucking important because we go through our shit and we just like, we gonna do what we gonna do, we gonna whatever. It's like, nah, if you want something different, you gotta change.
For sure. You
gotta adapt. Something about you gotta change if you want some different shit.
You definitely approach the same way.
And it's like, it might not be this much. It may be something like this, but it take a lot to get through that last fucking layer of, all right, cool, now I'm in this room. So when you sit there and it's like, I don't feel like I need to stand next to this person, but you see the numbers and it's like, shit, I'm just like this person. Don't nobody got more than 2 wins versus a tier 1 team in the playoffs. Nobody. That's glaring to me. And Grammy is like, all right, they ain't played neither one of them in the playoffs since 2021, you know, which is what it is. But yeah.
I mean, that could be because you weren't there, though.
Yeah.
They was around.
Yeah. Yeah.
They was around.
Yeah. Well, it's like,
I hate looking at these numbers, though. That's annoying.
What was your thoughts when you dug into it?
When I dug into it, I thought like, especially after having the conversation today, I was really like, what the fuck are we talking about? I'm just being honest.
People don't know this though.
Yeah, I mean, because
you don't care.
Because you don't care because here's the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It take work though.
Yeah.
It take work to know.
You
You know your shit.
Well, no, I can tell you all the teams that won championships. It's like I'm obsessed with championship teams.
I think the easiest
all levels.
The easiest thing to do is to say that it's what we see from this team, right? Sometimes while eye test is important, you know, and I'm being honest with you, a lot of it is, you know, a lot of this shit be feelings.
Yeah.
I feel this team is that good, or I feel that team.
Or I like the way they play.
Or I like the way they play, which is cool. I like the way a lot of teams play. But again, when we talking about tiers, you have to have some type of criteria. You can't just say that this team, is that just cause.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just can't say that team is that just because. Like, no, like what's your rationale behind that? What's your logic behind that? Like, what's the stats behind that? So you got what makes it up. So you gotta dig for the data. Like you ain't got no choice. Like you ain't got no choice but to dig for the data. So when you do that and then you put it up there, it's like, all right, cool. So now, if you wanted to, like if people wanted to take these 8 teams right now and just divvy up what they feel like tier 1 is tier 2, then I feel like this is what you should go off of.
Mm-hmm.
And your separator can be whatever. Like your separator could be shit, just make the championship. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got it cool because again, we're not saying that our shit is definitive. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
But I'm gonna tell you this: 13-2 versus everybody else. It's just a little different.
I mean, yeah,
that's some shit.
And I mean, if you want to use regular season records too,
that's some shit.
We also ain't lost 10 games in like period.
Yeah.
Between both. You know what I'm saying? But crazy, I mean, man.
But it's also so without going too much because you guys are here tomorrow. Just a snippet preview for tomorrow.
Mhm.
Do you think the tier 1 was right?
Yeah, it ain't no real way to chop it otherwise. Like when you just sit back without no numbers, you just observe. You're somebody who just to observe the league and
So Alien dropped down.
yeah,
A2.
you just
Right.
observe the league and then you just randomly walk up to anybody like who you just moved from out of town.
Mhm.
Who the top teams out here? They gonna say 2 teams, and it ain't gonna be Legacy. Wouldn't be named in that.
No,
It would be Cartel and Stone.
because it's weird. Like, then there's no shade at Legacy. It's just
It's
like
not no shade to
it's
nobody.
not no shade.
It's
It's not no shade to Legacy. It's just like damn. Like
It's just the fact of the matter. I've said that before, way before this show was thought of. Like I truly looked at it like Cartel is Bama. Historically, the guys. Like that's just that's the standard.
Mhm.
And y'all Georgia. New and
wish.
Y'all, but y'all wins. Like y'all,
Yeah.
they new wins. Like most of Cartel wins is old, and it's like now it's.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you. Well, no,
lately,
no.
they snuck.
Because
Well, they got one since y'all
post-COVID. They
had
got,
two,
we got 4 post-COVID. So it's kind of crazy. Like if you think about it, when you go back, it's like Grammy, Elite,
That's it.
Cartel, Sailors.
Like,
No,
Oh, you talking about the championship?
I'm talking about
in
championships.
in order,
Yeah,
right? Because Elite did it again.
Elite did it twice.
Elite did it twice. It would be Cartel, Stony, Elite.
Elite got 2.
At one point, because he always talking
Grammy
about
and
Nick won. He won one a year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every other season.
Yeah. Like that's
At
fucking
Bama.
crazy.
Nick Saban and Bama. You
Nah,
caught
for
him. You caught him. Okay.
Yeah.
Ohio State, you caught him. Great.
Mhm.
And Clemson, you caught him. They finna right next year, but next year.
So
Right
it
now.
went Grammy Elite, Cartel, Sailors, Elite, Cartel,
God damn.
Sailors, Cartel, Legacy, Cartel, Sailors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So out of the last 10 championships, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They got 6 out of 10.
They got 6 out of 10.
6 out of the last 10. That's nuts.
They are, and
That's nuts.
like I was telling Zay earlier, like I don't think nobody really trying to brush shoulders with them. Like they on their own. Like 6 is dumb. Like that's a lot of.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
But
but like you said, people like to look down on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Zay definitely like to look down.
Yeah, well,
Well, no, it's like so. Yeah. So it's like
that shit over.
when you sit there. It's like when you sit there, it's like Cartel and the Sailors shouldn't be in the same room together. It's like no,
You can't tell Kirby that down there in Georgia.
fuck no.
Before Nick Saban quit, he was like, nah, we number 2 in recruiting.
Yeah.
We right here.
Yeah.
And we gonna beat y'all.
Yeah.
It's Georgia and Bama. Like it's
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like for me, I don't necessarily see it that way. Like when you look at the numbers, because I'm gonna be honest, when I looked at all this shit, didn't know talking about tiers, didn't know what the criteria is gonna be, whatever. Like in my mind, because like I said, I'm obsessed with champions and shit. So I'm like, nah, it's one that stands alone. You feel me? It's one that stands alone. So taking my biases out of all that shit, it's like that is the standard, that is the level, that is where you're trying to get to.
Mhm.
And it ain't nothing to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing to talk about. Like, that's it. We wanted, that's it. And we'll talk about it tomorrow, but it was like, that was our separator. Not saying we wasn't concerned with nobody else, but it was like, what do we have to do to bridge the gap with this group?
Mm-hmm.
What's different from them is different than us. And if we don't figure this out, because when we think about ourselves, we lost. Huh?
I know that answer.
Well, I think we figured it out. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I know exactly what y'all mentioned right now.
Talk about that off camera.
What's up?
But I sit there and I think about that shit, and I'm like, to me, fuck, I lost my train of thought. You just fucked my head. Damn, man.
It's
not that fucking deep.
Ain't that deep, bro.
Fuck, man.
You think it's a negative thing?
No, I don't think it's a negative thing. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Shit. I was into it.
He was locked in.
He fucked me up.
Pardon the body.
Got me a That's So Raven moment.
No.
But nah, just when you sit there, you look at separators. It's like, what do you do to bridge the gap, right? And you have to figure that shit out if you want to keep pushing towards what that is and what it look like. And the reality of it is, you can feel how you want to feel. We played y'all, we beat y'all.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, beat y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, you know what I'm saying, before. Oh, no, I remember what I was about to say. Ours, when we talk about outliers, right? That's something we've been talking about. Everybody likes to bring up, well, y'all lost to Hitman in the first round. Cartel ain't never lost in the first round. All right. And we talked earlier. I ain't going to make no excuses for what happened. A whole lot of shit going on, but don't fucking matter. You lost the game. Find a way to win the fucking game. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, our 3 playoff losses, we have 4. One was the Hitman. The other 3 was the Cartel.
We ain't lost to nobody else.
Like, we ain't lost to nobody else in the playoffs, at least. You know, so it's like, that's always on the forefront of your brain. Like, what are you doing better than me once we get to this moment?
That's something that sets y'all apart from everybody else.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because they be losing to either one of y'all.
Yes. And it's like,
we be losing to
but so it's like, I got to beat this team.
You got to be one of them.
I got to be one of them. You got to be one of them. So it's like, so you sit there, it's like, okay, we're going to duke it out.
Because you get a situation like the band this year with like, shit, both of their ass over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So even it was crazy because, and I didn't feel this way, but when we played, when Legacy won that year, right? Mm-hmm. So that was like talk, where it was like, motherfuckers was like, nah, the champion, because after we played low, it was like the championship is the next game. Championship is the next game. Motherfuckers were saying that out of their mouth.
That definitely happened on the Morgan Park sideline.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this next game is the championship. Motherfuckers say we need to kick you out, let it back. Like, come on, G. Like, no disrespect outside of the bracket. But then it's like, you go out and lose. Right? But it's also talk where it was like, Legacy was like, shit, we glad we got that matchup. Yeah. We glad we got that matchup. You know, no disrespect to them. It's just they played them a lot though. And that's one of the teams where, like, even when you look at the teams and shit, like, it's certain teams that play teams tough. Like, y'all play Cartel tough. Like, y'all, like, I watched the fucking game. I don't understand it. I'm trying to figure the shit out. I don't know what the fuck it is. But y'all keep it. I think it's a familiarity.
We're more familiar.
Yeah. TB's very familiar with Nick. It's Tennessee's TB's a good Tennessee guy in terms of what he likes to do in these situations, right? T1T and Cartel play close with each other.
It's just that. It's just a familiar.
Legacy and Cartel play each other close. You know, but it's like schematically, you look at what's going on, especially like Legacy, Cartel. I watched it and it was like everybody's like, oh, it's a bad matchup from a personnel standpoint. I'm like, nah, it was a bad matchup from a scheme standpoint because it was like, no, we just not gonna go straight man to man. We're gonna play our manish cover 3 and he just fucking out leverage them the whole time. Let's see what you're gonna do, see how you're gonna play. But that also, when you talk about the tiers, it's like that's what that shit come down to. Can I figure out how to win this drive, win this extra point, whatever that fuck that is? But
knowledgeable leaders.
Yeah. Back to the shit you said though.
For sure, man.
Back to the shit you said though.
You gotta bust this. Somebody gonna have to break this shit down, or y'all gonna just be out there running around waiting on the barbecue.
For sure. You want chicken with your head cut off. For sure. For sure.
It could just be, it could just be recreation to you though. I mean, that's cool.
That's gonna be a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a whole other
That shit is a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie.
Oh, it's gonna be a whole other conversation.
And people try to, and when people lose, they try to mask it in that bullshit though.
I like a real big thing. Like, I know it's a lie. I watch motherfuckers not pick up their book bags. Not even, some people don't even grab their kids like that. It be raining hard as fuck. You gonna play in this game.
See?
Niggas be playing hard as hell in them games. Raining hard as hell. Not Joey ain't stopping this game, bro. And they be playing. Kids, book bag,
all that.
Windows down in your car. You playing still. It ain't recreation.
I feel like I always go back to when was the last time? What was that? Summer. What when we? Yeah, summer 23 when we lost to Hitman and Cartel won it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to do the show at their crib.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen them niggas sit down and had 6 trophies laying across.
That shit was, boy. I couldn't even watch it.
I was like, oh nah. I said, fuck that recreation shit, bro. Because the idea that this shit is recreation is why these niggas keep winning.
Yes.
It's like why they keep winning.
Cause like
You
when
know?
you see them in them games, man, and that shit go from like when it's recreation to them to like stop fucking playing.
Yeah, let's win.
Like they're able to do it, and that's what like they kind of in that space right now. They like, hey yo, we can't just do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to the habits.
Yeah, we fucking around.
But it's like I can't fuck around. I can't fuck around in this game because there's somebody out there that's like, I saw you fuck around. I know what it looked like when you fuck around. Because I can pinpoint times where we played them, and it's like there's a pivotal moment in that game where this is going to change this game.
So
We played them. We played them. We played
think
them.
about them the last 3 times.
No, we played them. I can tell you the exact fucking times. But it was one that sticks out to me completely. It was play them in the first round. We get them to 3rd and 26. Get them to 3rd and 26. It's yellow. Don't know what the fuck happened. BT catch the ball like a 10-yard comeback, miss a flag. She get 24 yards. She get 24 yards. So now it's 4th and 1 and it's green.
Crazy.
Right? Motherfuckers on our team like bitching about whatever they bitching about, whatever. We get an unsportsmanlike penalty because somebody step across the line or whatever the fuck it is. So now they get the first down, 15 yards.
Hella momentum.
15 yards, 5 minutes ran off the clock. They scored the ball.
I don't know how many times. I got hella moments of Cartel.
And it's like, damn, G, that was it. That was the moment we could have stopped them right there. We scored the ball. We tied. Now we make it a ball game. So now bring it down to the end.
T1T, they was at Hales. T1T was up 2. And Crump got a deep-ass comeback on Dave. And that nigga was like, yeah. Y'all, that was y'all chance to put him away.
Yeah.
It was like 4th down. Y'all could have put him away right there.
Yeah.
It was over. And them niggas got that shit. But sure enough, they turned the whole game around at that. That's like one of the first times Chris was out there screaming, I got $1,000 to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
They was down. He was screaming that shit. I bet any of you niggas, I got $1,000 to win this game. Yeah. And like Gene, all of them, they teased. Like, hell no, this shit over with. And he got that that crucial first down on a comeback that we all know. He only run comeback, all the cliche shit people be screaming. He got that shit on your ass. Yeah. And that's the game now. Because once they get momentum.
No, then at that point you roll.
Yeah.
At that point you roll, and it's
crazy. I saw that shit happen this weekend, and then it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. But it's like
it's age.
But I know.
It's age.
I know.
But
no. It's the difference when you got that dude on your team.
What?
It's the difference when you got that dude on your team.
What dude?
Crump. When Crump comes out there and play, it's a different game. It just is.
Well, I think he understands.
Well, no, it's like, it's like this, right? It's like it puts you in a fucking conflict. So we played them on the turf, and it's like you got Crump, you got Zay, and you got Ricky. Who's gonna guard who? Right? So at that time we had Grady, Vince, and Lane. It was like, all right, well, from an athleticism perspective, we just can't put nobody on Zay. Right? Like Lane got to guard Zay. But now leave somebody on Crump. So what you gonna do? So then it goes to in that game.
I got my whole philosophy on that shit.
Right. I mean, I do too. But I'm not out there on the field either.
I don't care.
But you sit there and it's like even in that game, Crump had fucking 2 touchdowns in the first half. Mm-hmm. 3rd and 20. Coming out of half. Laying on them. Holding penalty. 10 yards, automatic first down. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, now we switch lane on Crump. That was the time right there because he was going to throw it to him, and we had a blitz on the play, I think.
Yeah.
Now you switch somebody to Zay. Now Zay get the fucking working us out. So it's like It's tough, man. They put you in fucking conflict, dude. Then the BT is there. It's like
Problem.
you got BT, you got your man. So they just pose a lot of problems, and it's like
Shout out Lexi.
that's the difference though. When tough moments get tough, they figure out how to just fucking grind through it and tough through it and come out on the other side.
They smarter than what people think.
Yes, they are. Yes.
But I tell people, like, I've told teams of mine, I don't what built like 4 of them motherfuckers at this point. I tell people, like, y'all can't do what they do because y'all not as smart.
Not as smart.
You're not
as mentally tough.
Mentally tough too.
That's mentally tough.
That comes with the winning.
I don't think so.
You were confident when you did it before.
We
didn't have it. That's the whole point of Chris. We've been down 14 before. Y'all, we're good enough to know we're gonna make you mess up, and then we're gonna win. That only comes from it happening already.
Several times.
Hella time.
Yeah.
Y'all finna fuck up. Watch it. They were just screaming at. Chris wasn't even there. They were just screaming at Sunday. Watch this. Down, what was it? I think it was 8-20 or whatever. Yeah, it was 8-20 or something like that.
With only like 4 minutes left.
Oh my God, it's over with. Score, stop, scoring position to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the people don't punch back.
Whatever the reason,
I'm with you.
because they gonna they steady swinging, but they know they.
Because I've been in that position. I've been in that position. It's like you have to stay on the fucking attack.
Well, I would say we've been in that position.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we.
But I'm telling you, it's something about the cartel's makeup where that shit don't phase them, G. Like that shit don't phase them. It don't bother them. It's like
I'm gonna say it's the same thing with leadership. Nick don't get no fuck.
He don't get no fucked up. Nick don't give a fuck.
Nick think he's gonna go score.
Yeah.
And they believe, Nick gonna go score.
Yeah.
So they believe he
But
gonna
that comes from I done seen him do this shit 1,000 fucking
I've
times.
seen him score a bunch.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, but I think tomorrow's episode, it's funny because we recorded and I'm just like, I haven't watched any other episodes back. I think I watched Tier 5 this week and I haven't seen what Tier 1 looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm interested. Like, I don't even think we talk about football.
It's probably.
But we're talking about football.
It's probably deeper than that.
But we're talking about this.
We talk about like this
type of shit.
How you get there.
Like,
Yeah. And I think that'll be
it's mentality.
I think that'll be an insightful conversation for people that are
But the
interested.
big part of it is too, though, is like I want to be. I don't feel the need to be clear. I think we said it already, but I think when you put just 2 tiers in Tier 1, like I think people think that you're saying that these quote unquote two teams are like the same, right?
We're not the same.
We acknowledged in that episode, like, no, like Cartel is the standard. Like, like they are the standard. That's a fact. What we're saying is that while they the standard, it doesn't mean that it's not another motherfucker that can't be in that tier with them based off accomplishments and what's been done.
It was like, nah, you ain't at the big table, we at the kiddie table.
It's not that.
We're sitting at opposite ends of the table.
You know what I mean?
For me.
Like we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
Like we can talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then on the flip side of that is also like, again, we're not saying that tier 2 teams can't compete.
Yeah.
Can't compete. So I think that you have this connotation that when we talk about the tiers, is this tier is better than this tier, or this tier is better than that tier, or whatever. But in reality, we still saying that both tiers, like especially the teams in Tier 2, you still got the ability to win a championship.
But there are clear separators.
Separators.
Yes.
Like there's separators. Like there's levels, for lack of a better word. And it ain't no different than when we do players, but we'll get them.
And players is going to be one of those things where it's like it's not going to be about the numbers, in my opinion, because you got a lot of it's impact. It's like players more fluid, and that's going to be a lot of feelings.
Yeah, because numbers lie when it comes to individuals.
When it comes to individuals, for
they
sure.
lie big time.
What's the quote you said though? Your brother you was talking about. You said the other day, yeah.
Oh, numbers don't lie, but they can damn sure be misleading.
Yeah. So you can't disregard the numbers. No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can disregard the numbers.
They can damn sure be misleading.
Hey man, it's been a lot of rushers to get Rusher of the Year or and I watch them the whole season, and no game that matters, they get a sack.
Yeah.
But they run off 3 and 4 against tier 5 teams, against a guy who should not be on a field. They run it, and people make their season off of 1 or 2 games and be rushed. That is a lie. That's a flat out lie.
Yeah.
That's not misleading. That's a lie.
But you can't take but you can't take away what they did.
Yes, you can.
You can't. I don't think you can.
You can completely devalue that.
I don't think you can. Because he ain't doing the shit.
I don't get no
Supposed to be
sacks.
there.
They don't get no sacks. That nigga don't be getting no sacks. We be like, this all wrong. How many sacks you had this season? 2?
Like,
All right.
Nigga be getting
I think my
8
season.
flags.
I think my season.
8 flags and 2
I
sacks.
think my
He
season.
the best rusher.
I think my season high might be 3 sacks.
Nah, for real.
Like I think my season high might be 3 sacks, like ever.
But that's what I'm talking about when it comes like to impact. It's like the cornerback that all right, we not gonna throw at you. But you
It's like that argument a long time ago when niggas used to talk about the getting the selecting the cornerbacks for the All-Star game.
Yes,
bro.
What I used to always say
for a long time had no stats.
What I used to always say. Literally, I was like,
because you got a lot of flag, well, that just means you getting caught.
Getting caught on a lot. You are a corner or a safety. Now, if your defense is built in a way for the safety to come do shit, okay.
Whatever.
But if you a corner and you got 22 flag pulls, you getting them comebacks caught on you, dog. You getting digs caught on you. Like that's not good.
You not an all-star.
You really getting smoked.
You getting smoked.
You not an all-star.
Right? But also, like we think about a rusher, you got 30 flags. Your defense trash. Your defense is bad.
Yeah.
That means you chase it from the backside where motherfuckers slow, making them up 2 minute miss, and you just chase them down on the back.
Throwing swing routes.
Motherfucker throwing swing routes, or you playing linebacker and shit too. But even that.
Why?
Yeah.
How and why. All these people ignore it, and like you can't, man. You can't.
But I think, but receiving, I don't think receiving one of them things.
I do.
To a certain extent.
I do.
First off, who's throwing you the ball?
The style matters.
That's one.
When you amass your yards matters.
And that matters on your team too.
What you mean?
Who's on your team? It's like you didn't. So like Ron was fucking with 2 MVPs. Like one year we lost to Ron
70
twice.
catches, 1,000 yards.
Crazy.
70 catches, 1,000 yards. They went 3 and 5.
Shit, they beat us twice. They beat us in the first round.
That's crazy.
Well, not that
That's
year.
actually crazy.
Not that year.
One of them years they beat us in the first round. They beat us in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
But Ron was putting up.
Like Ron was Michael Jordan.
It was Michael Jordan that year.
70 catches is crazy.
No, it was spring of 2018.
Yeah.
He was fucking killing. We throwing him on the ground. We ripping his jersey.
Yes, that's
You say it was Jordan rules.
bro.
So I
Put
think
Brown on the ground. I think just kept getting up over and over.
I think they got to 6 wins that season. I think three wins was that prior season.
That nigga was doing some shit.
Nah, man. Like
But it was like, but also when you played against a nigga like Luby, it's like,
but that's
he throw it out route, y'all.
That's misleading.
He
Though.
completing that.
1,000 yards is misleading.
That's a lot of
It's
yards.
misleading because nobody else has.
70 catches in a season.
Nobody has. I have never.
70 catches is crazy.
I've never had 35 catches ever.
Bro,
I
what
think
season?
35 catches is a lot.
Bro,
They always getting 40.
wait a minute, G. When did he have?
They keep getting 40.
I mean, yeah, but style matters. Like
For sure.
What does Nick do?
Gee, wait a minute. When did he have fucking
Nick
70 catches?
Nick works his women. I mean, Nick works his guys all day long.
Hey, listen, I understand how you can get yards in this game. My team they just ain't. I don't even care to be built like that.
No, for sure.
I'm trying to find out what this nigga
I don't
20, I think I want to say 2017. I don't know. I remember which season though. I want to say summer.
That's nuts. So,
Because it might have been 77.
but we'll get
77 receptions.
77 is, bro, 77 is crazy.
Is that the only? No, I think Dave had 1,000 yards one year, didn't he?
Yes.
So it's only been.
And what's the name?
This season he had 52 catches.
What season?
Spring of 2018. 52 catches, 664
Like
yards.
that's super
The
force.
next closest person was 37.
That's super force fed.
Gee,
That makes it misleading.
52 catches.
That makes it misleading.
It's crazy.
That's what.
Now you got to catch the ball and all that.
You do. And you got to go make some shit shake. Because he had 8 touchdowns.
6 to 7 receptions
Yeah,
a game.
8.
Yeah, 8 touchdowns.
That's ridiculously bad. I don't care what Ron. That's bad.
8 touchdowns bad.
On
He
50
said
catches.
on 50 catches.
50 touches.
Saying, bro, they play as pound as ground and pound.
Yeah, boy, that's on the BB, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, they had a service academy
They
offense.
definitely had service academy.
Here to me to you.
They had the service academy.
Bro, that's
offense.
nuts. 50. Crazy.
Damn, I'm mad. I even got it. Ron gonna swear I'm hating on him.
I mean, shit. I mean, numbers are numbers. It's gonna be interesting.
I'm excited to talk about the criteria when we do players at these.
Yeah, I don't
positions.
even understand how y'all gonna do it for real.
Me either.
We don't need
It's
it.
gonna
This
be-
should be an NFL 100 type thing.
gonna
We
be-
talk to the peers, ask the peers.
It's gonna be
the
fun
peers
breaking it down. That would be.
think. What?
Oh, you never said that to him?
No.
He said that to me like we talking about it earlier. I thought y'all been.
What do your peers think about
You
you?
can always think about. That's okay. We talk about camera.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Check out Tier 1 dropping at 9 o'clock in the morning. Y'all are still here checking us out. Cool, but peace. See y'all next episode.